Welcome to Toffee TV. We're live on YouTube, we're live on Patreon. It's the Live at 5 show, or half 5. I mean, we don't specify, you know, at what point at 5 o'clock it is. It's just live at 5, as long as there's a 5 at the beginning. We're going to do this, we do this every Wednesday. We're going to be doing this every Wednesday live on YouTube and Patreon.
The intention was 5.
It was, I mean...
You've just been literally...
How many hours have I been sitting here trying to sort this internet out?
2.5 or something. Mad.
Honestly, it's mad times.
Mad. What can you do?
What can you do?
Well, make it work.
Well, I have made it work.
And it's working, so...
I've made it work.
So it's all good. It's all good, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to log into
Patreon
now.
Log into Patreon. People joining us, I think. That's the views.
Get involved. Let's
Get
have the
involved.
questions. Been a bit of a quiet one today, hasn't it? Because obviously everything yesterday was about Moisey Ken. That's how you pronounce it, isn't it?
It is Moisey Ken.
Moisey Ken is how you pronounce it.
Massively weird.
He is probably coming into the country tomorrow, isn't he?
Yeah.
I would imagine. So, a lot of people need to cool the jets on that. Basically. Because I think a few people are getting worried. This is the problem, isn't it? I mean, you're only going to have to wait a couple of days for this. Imagine if you'd had to have waited days and days and days and days and days, like some transfers. I think this is a much better way of doing it. So hopefully he'll be in the building, not this building, obviously. I mean, it'd be nice if he was in this building.
Yeah.
But he's had. Didn't he have someone before on Instagram congratulating him?
Nathaniel Markello, Everton player, yeah. Said welcome, bro.
And he liked it, didn't he?
He liked it straight off the bat. Well, he will, won't he? Because it's about, his brother's been putting all sorts on, hasn't he? And things like that. And as it goes forward, this is going to build and build. But I think the problem was yesterday, some journalists went with, he's been in the country today to have his medical and everything else. And people obviously read that and go with that. But that wasn't the case. It was never, and I've seen people say to me, what's the delay? And it's like, no, there's no delay. He wasn't supposed to be here anyway. Now, there's a couple of Italian journalists today reporting that Mini Raiola's here in Liverpool.
Okay.
But Moise Ken is in Monte Carlo. Just chilling, waiting to fly in. So he's in Monte Carlo, probably with our owner, who likes to be in Monte Carlo quite a lot.
Well, tax free.
I think he's there as well, of course.
Henry Onyekuru.
Henry Onyekuru and Big AU is docked in Monte Carlo. There you go.
Like we mentioned there, Henry Onyekuru could be going to Monaco for in the region of 15 million quid. Let's just say in the region of 15 million quid, because there's a lot of different things being. I think that would be a brilliant move for everybody.
Is it unlisted or is it on public?
It might be on unlisted. I'll fix that.
I think it's on unlisted. Henry Onyekuru, around £15 million.
Yeah.
The deal could be worth. Listen, we've seen all kinds of things this summer, fees with them, and people were saying 25 million to Bayern Munich and this, that, and the other, And I suppose it's difficult for Everton to try and sell Henry Onyekuru. Yeah. Because he wanted to stay at Galatasaray, had a good season at Galatasaray. He's obviously a bright young player. Yeah. He's done okay. But the thing about it is, if you haven't got a lot of clubs interested in him, then there's never going to be a bidding war. Yeah. CSKA Moscow wanted to take him. He didn't want to go there, which is fine.
Fair enough. So, like the cold.
Yeah. So obviously that's an issue there. And then you've got Everton trying to get the best price they can. But, if Monaco were the only ones who were really there with the money. This is a player we bought for 7 million quid. We've had 2 loan fees off him. And they're doubling the money on him. Yeah. And that's all. Listen, I understand that people will look around the league and go, yeah, but they got this amount for him. And poor Bournemouth paid 15 million for Billing from Huddersfield and all that. But at the end of the day, a player's only worth what someone wants to pay for him.
Apologies if you've just joined us on YouTube. We've had trouble with the internet and I forgot to take it off unlisted. It's my fault. I hold my hands up. I apologise. Baz notified me of it because there wasn't that many people watching. But obviously on a Wednesday we do go live on YouTube as well as Patreon. It is live at 5, and as we specify, we didn't start at 5, by the way. We've only been on for about 10 minutes. It is sometime between 5 and 6 that we generally start.
It will be 5.
It will be 5.
Because normally there isn't the issues you've had to contend with.
I've had all kinds of issues.
You've had all sorts. So yeah, so obviously
got no help off Billy at all.
No,
Billy over there.
Billy just likes to eat Jaffa cakes and ginger nuts.
Doesn't eat that many
He's
Jaffa
quiet.
cakes,
No, he
though.
doesn't. He's just sat there quietly. Yeah, you haven't missed much. We've just quickly talked about Moise Keane, or Moise Ken, as people pronounce it. It's
definitely Ken.
No, it is Ken.
It's definitely Ken. But we'll have to see how much of the Moisey.
Yeah. We've just literally spoke about him and said that there's no delay on the transfer. He was never due here today to have a medical. Some people thought in Italy that he might have been coming in today. He wasn't. And we just spoke briefly about Henry Onyekuru as well. It looks like he will leave the club to join Monaco.
Let's get a couple of questions off Patreon. Darren Sean says, "Hiya lads, do you think we should go for Lozano from PSV? And do you rate him?" And were those links back again last night?
Yeah. Listen, I like Lozano, but I think they're looking somewhere else at the moment. But I do like Lozano.
Can't say no more.
There you go.
Gary Ward says, "Howdy, live at 5."
It's right, Gaz.
Johnny Hickey says, "Was away on holidays, so apologies if you've discussed before. On Twitter, Nias seems to be getting abuse he doesn't deserve for a player who, granted, was never the most talented guy. He always gave it 100%, was treated unfairly by Koeman, in my opinion, but never said a bad word about the club when on loan, etc. And 1 or 2 games we would have lost if not for him. He kept trying when others gave up." I agree, Johnny. I think there's 2 things. Number 1, he always does show a little bit of class. And number 2, he probably feels like he's won the lottery. Let's be honest. He's not the greatest footballer in the world, but fair play to him. He never reacts badly because he probably knows he can't because he's not a good footballer. But he doesn't deserve the stick, any stick. And the reason why is he doesn't pick himself. The manager's bought him. Managers play him. He doesn't pick himself, and he does always give it 100%. No matter what you think of him as a player, he always gives it 100%. So you're absolutely spot on. People shouldn't give him abuse. Simon Rouse, who is currently in Germany, cutting down trees with a chainsaw. Apparently, that's his secret identity. Says, "Hi, gents. One more late live show, and you're both on a verbal warning."
Who's that from?
That's from Simon.
I'm not going to argue with him. I've seen.
I mean, this is not a late show.
This is, yeah.
I mean, it's a late show in terms of you thought this was on at 5 o'clock. We never said it was on at 5 o'clock. I mean, we've only just come up with the title, Live at 5. And that, I mean, there's an irony in that.
It will be. I mean, you were live at 5. Nobody else could see it, or the internet wasn't having it. But what can you say?
I had to fix one thing, and then I had to fix another thing, and then another thing, and another thing. And the first thing took me 3 hours.
There you go. Connell Norton, do you think the club's idea is to get rid of both McCarthy and Schneiderlin to be replaced by Lamina and Gbamin?
Yes, because the simple fact is James McCarthy's in his last year and is just wasting his time being at Everton Football Club. And Schneiderlin, we could still get good money for. Get his wages off the bill, and someone younger and probably with a little bit more of what the manager wants can come in, and it would get the wage bill down straight away. And for what we'd get for Schneiderlin, there'd be an out. I don't know what's going on with this Lamina situation, but I reckon we could still get 10 million for Schneiderlin.
Do you?
Or am I just being optimistic?
I think you're being very optimistic.
I mean, Billings just gone for Bournemouth for 50.
No, I know, but he's about 6-7 years younger than him. I think if Schneiderlin goes out the door, I think it'll be on loan, to be honest. Okay. But then that's loan, I suppose, loan with the payment. If he goes and does well, someone might pick him up. He's got a couple of years left, so someone might pick him up next summer. But certainly off the wage bill. I believe that one of the deals they're talking about is Galatasaray not paying any money to loan him, but taking all of his wages.
I mean, that's fair.
So that's a big thing for Everton, I think, if he could do that. But yeah, that's certainly the idea. Do you think this again off Connell? Do you think the club will go back for Zaha?
I'll be honest. I still don't fully understand the Zaha thing. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether the bid came from that Farhad Mashiri who rung up Jim White two windows ago. Hello, it's Farhad. Put a bid in. I think it might be the same fella.
No, I think Army just tested the water, and they wanted.
Well, we did
far too.
If you were watching yesterday on Patreon on our live show yesterday, we did explain what we thought happened. We won't repeat it. You'll have to join Patreon to go and watch it.
Yeah. Steve Hardy, hi lads, I'll copy and paste my tweet to you. Never mind all the transfer bollocks. Did AOB with Joe ever get put out?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my God.
He said he scrolled through all the Patreon bits and can't see
mate,
it.
It was from...
Have you put the thing in? Have you tagged it?
It was, yeah, put a tag in. It was from last week. I think it might have been the last AOB because we didn't do an AOB last week because Baz decided he was going to be like the feather off the Southern Comfort ad, and walking down the beach with his speedos on and his glass.
In Wales.
Yeah, that was Baz.
It was
last week.
Connor Norton also says, is this alleged deal for Renier Jesus a good move, and do you think there will be any issue for a work permit? I do think there's an issue with a work permit. I think that Everton are very interested in him, but I don't think it's as far along as other people do. I think, but what happens is if you pay over a certain amount of money, it gets you X amount of points on the work permit.
It's a joke,
which is ridiculous for me.
It's a joke. That's why Watford got with Charlison and we couldn't get on Yakuru.
But if we got him,
well.
if we got him, he looks like a really good talent.
The best 18-year-old player in the world.
He's 17, yeah.
Well,
but
he will be 18.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be the best 18-year-old.
That would be a good
He's
move.
the best player for his age in the world, and if we get him, I think it would be a massive, massive coup. I do.
I agree with you. Hayley Lee, hello Hayley. When is Moisey Ken's medical? Not today. Is the answer. It'll be the next couple of days. When everything's signed off, I guess. Steve Baz, do you think we will end up with Bertrand Traore as our left-footed right winger? Bertrand Traore has been discussed. Do I think we'll end up with him? I don't know. Is the answer? He's not number one at the moment on the list. Put it that way. So if we do, it means we haven't been able to get one or two that were probably above him. But he's certainly of interest to Marcel and Marco. Harry Fraud says we need a midfielder, a defensive one. Well, we're trying to get one in Jean-Philippe Gbamin, aren't we? And I suppose Mario Lemina.
I hope you like Gbamin too.
Steve said, who is the next out the door, guys? Is Onyekuru off to Monaco? It looks like Onyekuru is off to Monaco.
That's a great deal if we can get 15 million for him.
Yeah. We've said, haven't we? We said this the other day, and I think we said it last week. When people say, who's next out the door? It's the players who are saleable. It's the ones who clubs look at and go, he's actually a good player. We want him. You know, Joe Williams is about to complete a deal to Wigan for 1.5 in the region of. And he's a good prospect, but he wasn't going to be in our first team squad. He had a year left on his deal, and it's about time he got money for some of these young players instead of them just walking out the door for nothing. So it's who's saleable in your squad. You know, and Onyekuru is one.
Yeah. Paz says, basically asking about the Brazilian kid. Any truth in it? We've just answered that, but I thought I'd give you a mention. Adam Roscoe says, Baz, has this winger who is now top of the list been mentioned in any of your videos? Has Andy give us any info on him? Oh God, they're trying to decipher the.
They are
trying to decipher it. It's gonna be.
The answer to that.
Like Law and Order.
Toffee
TV edition.
It is, isn't it?
Honestly. Dun dun.
No. Listen, the likes, 239 people watching.
See, they changed subject there.
21.
See the way he done that seamlessly.
21 likes. I mean, once. Like. That's how quick it is. See that? Like. That's how quick it is. Yeah. Get that up above 100 at least. It's scandalous that I even have to ask. You know what I mean? Steve's asking how close the Gbamin deal is. Having a medical this week. Any truth?
Well, I hope you like Gbamin too. I don't know. I mean, that's. Do you know what? I don't know, and I'm so happy I don't know. Well, I'm just not saying they're going to announce a double deal or anything, but
the reports in Germany.
Maybe get a 2-for-1 on the medicals.
The reports from Germany are it's very close, and if that's the case, then Everton will hope to have a medical for him this week. I think Marco wants them in as soon as possible. It's gonna be too soon for the Werder Bremen game, obviously, but he'll want them in as quickly as possible to get them involved in training and how we want to play and all of that.
If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, what do you think of our new graphics? Because I think they're amazing. The Live at 5 has got the home kit, the Patreon bit has got the away kit, and the last bit will have the third kit.
And the likes still aren't at 100.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know why I'm still having to ask. Yes,
Tony Duggan.
Go on.
All breaking news on Tony Duggan.
Hang on, Tony Duggan.
Yeah.
Tony Duggan.
Tony Duggan.
Is Sylvan with her?
She's moved to Atletico Madrid. She's going to play from a Costa.
Interesting.
There you go. I just thought to throw that out there.
Barca, wasn't she? Interesting. Yeah. I've seen Sylvan looking at apartments.
I thought Everton might have a little dig at it.
No, she's
how's Sylvan going to deliver the milk there?
Who knows? That's
the question.
Who knows? Yes, indeed. Says is there much in that interest of a loan deal for Kayo Tomori at Chelsea?
That could be one that's like a last couple of days, couldn't it? Let's be honest.
I think, to be honest, Everton still harbour hope of getting
Curtis. Big Kurt.
Dave, which winger do you think we will get? A fast one. The enforcer, Simon Ball, Zaha won't happen. He loves London too much. Probably, although I think he would come, but I just think it'd be too expensive for Everton. 50 odd million, 60 million plus his wages takes the whole deal to around £100 million. I don't think he's worth that. I think he's excellent, don't get me wrong, but 100 million for a lad who's 27 soon. I think Everton will just see that and go, that's too expensive. Connell Norton says, do you think Mashiri had anything to do with the push for a big name marquee signing?
I really hope not.
Like Zaha.
I hope not. I just listen. I mean, lots being said about Zaha, but I think that personally, Everton have maybe seen an opportunity and just gone for it. And
he's a good player, and sometimes good players become available, and you have to test the water, don't you? And I still haven't had 100 likes, 300 watching, 28 short.
Lick a battery or something?
No, that's your domain, isn't it? Tom Walsh says, have you watched James's video on leaving Ball Street? No, not yet.
No, we didn't even know until Billy told us.
I mean, I'll be having a word with James why he hasn't messaged us, but there you go.
Probably because he hasn't messaged us for about 2 years.
No, he messages me.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well, you know why? You know why?
Go on.
I can't really.
That's all right then. The enforcer Simon Ball says Nias is the ultimate professional. He is.
Is he the ultimate professional though? Is he?
Well,
like
he
the ultimate, like the greatest.
Well, he's a top professional.
Okay.
Steve says Keane and Gabaman look wrapped up. Anything else close? Well, they're not.
I love the fact that people are like, got two in, right? Yeah, who's next?
Who's next? Let's have them in first. Let's see them with the shirts. Yeah. That's what you want. Steve says anything in Schneiderland or Fenerbahce. Schneiderland's a gala, isn't it? Somewhere in Turkey, a few of them won them, yeah. Aidan O'Kane says, have we given up on Kurt Zouma? I don't think so, but I don't know. Steve, Malcolm off to Zenit, we missed out big time there, guys. We didn't, though. We didn't miss out because we didn't go for him. There was an interest, as in Everton, but there's an interest in half a dozen wingers, but Everton didn't think there was value in what he wanted. And if the lad wants to go and play in Russia,
says it all.
Then that says to me, that says his ambition. Do you know what I mean? Dan Empson says, afternoon gents, glad to be able to catch you live for a change. Following yesterday's live show, are you taking song requests? Oh, not today.
Not on YouTube. No. On Patreon. It's Patreon only. Patreon only.
So next Patreon one we do tomorrow, I mean, you can give us a request.
Yeah.
Zoom a late deal, a possibility. Possibly, Steve, who knows? Where are we? Joe Williams to Wigan, guys, any truth? Yes.
Yeah, I think it'll happen in the next couple of days.
Terry McKenna didn't know until I tweeted, probably about this. Where are we? You guys with the business.
Where are you?
That.
What was it?
I don't know. These go so fast. The minute you touch it, they fly up. Well, it's ridiculous.
Is anyone watching The Boys, by the way? The TV show on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Is anyone watching it? Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't spoil it for anyone. Just let me know what you think. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay.
Come on, Baz, get on board.
Well, look, we've answered a lot of these questions.
Can you not make that like bigger?
No, because it's just...
If you got, where's the three? Press the three dots.
Just
Right.
swerve that.
Then pop up. There you go, Baz. And then maybe you can make it a little bit bigger. Or something. There you go.
No,
Baz.
but it goes right across, and then it's even worse because it's smaller. So literally just making it worse, aren't you?
I'm not making it
No,
worse.
you have. You've made it worse.
I've made it nice and big for you.
Yeah, you say
I
that.
mean, again, do not give any of this.
What the hell are you saying? Did you see that? This is off Xbox Boss 3. Did you see that Aston Villa fan trying to terror the Blues? I give him a bit back. He was just full of nonsense, wasn't he?
Why do people? No, can I just ask why do people rise to stuff like that?
Because
The
sometimes
fella, right?
you just think,
The
what's
fella's
going
got
on?
about 4 dogs and a cat following him on Twitter, right? And you're just making him like a bigger, giving him oxygen, aren't you? Whereas if you just ignore him, you'll have to go back to his mum's box room and sit there playing Train Simulator. Listen, and people who use Train Simulator, as we know, Bill, they
Billy
are...
knows,
Well,
Billy knows.
I mean, he might be down the Everton as we speak.
But he probably is down the old stuff. Kathleen McMillan, is Keane having his medical or not? No, Kathleen, not today. Jake Smith, I was watching old highlights from last season. I fully believe if Bernard finishes 25% of his chances, he could get 10 goals. The man had a breakaway every other game, love him. He did, his finishing is something he's got to work on, isn't it? Bernard.
Definitely. He's got to work on a few
to,
things,
yeah.
but that's one of them, isn't it?
Boss player, though. Martin Armstrong, if Zaha ain't coming and Malcolm's going to Russia, I'd like to see Neres. Would you like to see Neres?
No.
Okay.
Are you saying that, and I'm not trying to insult anyone's intelligence here, are you saying that because of, like, because he was at Ajax in the final stages of the Champions League, and you, like, you want that kind of player, or are you saying that because you've watched him a few times in the Champions League and think he's a boss player? Because we all do tend to get caught up, and this is everyone, this is me included. You hear a name, you know he plays for a certain team and he's played maybe in the Champions League, and you get excited by it because it's like, oh, it's like the Zaha thing, the amount of people I've seen, and again, I think Zaha would be a terrific signer, but the amount of people who said, I didn't want Zaha, but I want him now, because it's been all built up in the press, and it's like, oh, I'd like him now, because some Palace fans don't want him to leave, and don't think we can get him, and all that, and it's just that idea of going one-upping people. So let me know if you'd actually watched him and thought he was good. Fair play. What I've seen of him, I don't think he's got an end product. So, but you know, I might be wrong, and that's fine.
Dave says, is Keane, Gabamon and a top winger all possible plus a defender? Yes. Leon Dobbs said, can you imagine Zaha, Keane, Richarlison as our front three? Do you think we'll get Zaha? No, not at the moment. Not unless something changes. Free roll said, do you think Everton can take Man United's place in the top 6?
I think we can take Arsenal's and Man United's if we bring in a centre-back, a centre midfielder, a centre-forward, and a winger and a backup right-back. Genuinely, no, honestly, because I don't think the squad at the moment is good enough.
Okay.
And it needs... And listen, the manager said that on Saturday. He said exactly the same thing. So,
there you go.
You know, I'm in good company.
Stelio Contra says, how happy would you be if we get our first choice winger, whoever he is?
I'd be happy.
Good player.
I'd be happy.
Did
anyone notice the Italy shirt, by the way?
Andrew Howard, with all the spending, should we worry about financial fair play? Well, we are worrying about it, which is why we're getting people off the books, aren't we? Cal Blunder says, all right, don't need any more attackers. We have Richarlison, who plays on the wing, and Bernard, who's a gifted player. We just need Gabamon and a right back to push Coleman. I won't reach James.
What if
we do need another?
What if Richarlison is knackered because he went to the Copper, and what if Bernard's knackered because he's only small? What if they? You know what I mean? You can't think like that at all. That's why Chelsea, and that's why Arsenal, and that's why Man United finished in the top 6. Is because whether you think their players are better than our players, they could bring players in of equal stature to the ones who went out. I mean, how many times did Lukaku get dropped under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and replaced by Martial and Rashford, who in when Mourinho was there, Lukaku was first choice and he wasn't playing them. But Solskjaer gave himself the option. You know, how many times did Arsenal play just Lacazette and then bring Aubameyang on, and then in the next game change it round and sometimes use both of them?
You gotta have a
and
mix.
then they're bringing Pepe in to have that extra one as well. And they've got Ozil.
Top clubs have got it, and you've got to do it. John Hunt, why is Everton transfer like waiting for a bus? Wait ages for one, then 4 come at once.
Well, you say waited for ages. We bought
three
one last week or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, we bought Delph 2 weeks ago. Do you know what is interesting though? If Moise Kean comes in, we'll have signed a player from the champions of Italy, the champions of Spain, and the champions of England this summer, and Huddersfield.
Well, there you go.
No, 3 outfield players from the champions of their countries.
Top,
Just saying.
Just saying.
Tweet that.
Manic Con, great show, lads. Hope we get our business done soon and get this season started. Yep, agreed. Max Redfern, anything on the Gabaman deal. It's progression. That's all we know at the moment. Yes, indeed, said Boss Graphics. Leon Dobbs said, our quads getting very large, must sell a deadwood. Do you mean our squad?
Our quads? It's because I've been doing squats.
But yeah, you're right, sell a deadwood. Pratt, it was so dull for a while and all of a sudden we are linked with top class players. I'm freaking excited for this season to start. Because we're waiting to get the better players. We're not first pick, so we have to bide our time. Hayley Lee says she loves the new setup. Thank you, Hayley. Where are we? David Embleton just switched on, lads. What have I missed? Hopefully get these signed.
Oh, sorted. Dave.
You've missed them.
I'll tell you what. We got Billy on, and he was like Pavarotti.
Gio asked once to know what hair dye I use. Grey is great. But you know what? I'm gonna go full Davy Weir. Yeah. Seen Davy Weir a while ago, and he had white.
2 weeks ago? Last week?
No. He had white. He had whiter hair than me.
Yeah.
Seen him last week at Wigan. He had this colour hair.
There's no. He went full Peter Reid.
He's gone full.
There's no thingo about it now. You can have a weave. You can have hair dye. There's no stipulations anymore.
What I'm doing. Whatever.
Do you know what we haven't spoke of for ages?
John Brown says the graphics look boss.
You know what we haven't spoke of for ages?
What?
Boats and Joes.
Boats and Joes. Well, it's because he's gone to Trains and Souls now, hasn't he? Simon Boyle, will be getting Malcolm? No, because I think he's going to...
Well, he hasn't signed for Zenit yet, officially, by the looks of it.
But they're leading the race, aren't they?
But he's got a big coat on.
For him. Lee says the new graphics look a bit basic to me. What? Lee, come on, mate. Come on. Dan Wyatt says a big fan of the graphics.
There you go.
All about any alternatives to Sky. Any chance of a deadline day leading up to 5?
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll definitely do something. Just depends what's happening. Do you think Silva needs to get a 3rd season top 6? Yeah. I think he needs to just improve everything we're doing. Everton fan, we all know Keane's deal has been hijacked, don't we? You do realise this, right? No, because that's nonsense. Why we going to Zuma when Chelsea need him to play at the back? They don't though, they got about 6. And he doesn't want to stay there if he's not first choice. But we might go for someone else, you never know. And Gabaman can play centre back. Ethan C says, hearing something about Lamina, is this true? Well, Dom King, who's well connected, has said Everton like him. And that's all we've heard, that we like him. It depends what happens with it.
Smokescreen. Gary Ward says, I've already finished The Boys. It was pretty good. It is pretty good. Stu says, all right, lads, if not Jean-Philippe, who do you think we can get? For me, it's the most crucial role. Slightly different, but but look how much less than Miss Kante. Well, I mean, why are you feeling like we won't get Jean-Philippe? I mean, because that looks like it's ongoing.
Yeah.
So these things take time. They take a few. Gotta get them. You gotta get the bids accepted, and you gotta get them into the country and get the medicals. And we have a very stringent medical. We always have since Moyes. 2-part. Some clubs don't walk down that road. Since Moyes, we have a 2-part medical a lot of the times. Very stringent. Yeah. To make sure that what you're buying is you know, you're not going to have any problems in the future.
Carl Brimmer says, have you played the PES demo? Yes,
I haven't.
Night, boss.
I will.
Ollie
Didn't you play it for one particular player?
Had the game with Flamenco, yeah, for Renier, see what he was like. He was all right. Ollie C 123, will Keane happen? I think so, yes. Fergie United says, great show, lads. Damien Mackay says, PES demo was boss. Chaz Orlando says, if you were in charge, who'd be your next signing and why? Don't know. Tough one.
Moisey. The people who have downloaded the PES demo, by the way, are you PES players? As in, is that the game you play rather than FIFA? Like, is there anyone out there who's normally a FIFA person? Have you got the PES demo and you think it's like, you're like, oh, this is amazing? Or are you just PES players and just think it's amazing? Because if you play PES and you're used to it, you'll think it's good, obviously, but if you're a FIFA player and you don't play PES, because we get a lot of PES hate on this channel.
PES is amazing.
But now Liverpool have got an official thing with EA. I'm just saying, when you buy EA football, you're essentially helping them out buying players. I'm just saying.
And PES is better.
I'm just
anyway.
saying.
Warren Bridgewater says Maxwell Corner from Leon is a player who'd interest me. He's a good player. Ziyech, yeah, he's a good player as well. Sophie Gallagher wants to know how many she reckon, how many players we reckon. 4/5, Soph.
I reckon we can get 3 next week.
Scott Sleeth thinks I'm beautiful no matter what colour my hair is. Thanks,
no one
Scott.
said you weren't.
I know.
No one said you weren't.
But thanks anyway. Where are we? I said this to my mate a while back. I think we'll get a centre back and winger in January. Okay, Kyle. That's off Carl Rylands. He thinks we might wait rather than get it. I don't know. Samuel Thornderleaf, how we doing? We're doing all right, mate. How are you? John Nolan, any treating a 17-year-old Brazilian we're linked with? Well, I think we like him, but I don't think the deal is as far down as what
we're not allowed to talk about
they're
him.
saying.
First rule of Jesus
actually,
is you're not allowed to talk about
Don't
Jesus unless it's
Andrew
Jesus.
Howard wants to know if we think Tom Davies will get minutes this year.
I think he'll get minutes, but I don't know how many minutes.
He'll have to improve to play.
Yeah.
Simple as that. If he doesn't, he won't play, will he?
And he'll be out the
Where's
door.
Broadhead going? On loan, hopefully. Tom Elliott, when at Everton, gonna put it. I don't know, Tom. I don't think that'll happen, but nice one. We don't need to be on Everton's payroll. You guys are all we need. Be good.
You know,
first manager to be sacked. That comes from free roll.
First manager to be sacked. That's a difficult one, lad.
Ollie.
Solskjaer? I don't know. It's a mixed bunch this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you'd think like, something like Eddie Howe springs to mind, but they'd never sack him. They'd never sack. Southampton have got a new manager, so that's Steve Bruce. Or
No, you wouldn't sack him. You wouldn't.
No.
Saul Harris, Woodford, Stranger Things 1, 2, or 3.
3, 1, 2.
Yeah, that's what
I'd say.
Yeah.
But that might change. That might be just because 3's so fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
But
1's still amazing because it was so different.
1's amazing.
Absolutely brilliant. Mark Kitchlids. I don't know whether I've said that right, mate. I really think Silverware's coming to Everton this season. Would love that. Tom Walsh says, if we don't sign Jean Philippe, I will give Marcel a good bamming. Okay.
Barman.
Carl Shields said, do you think if Mario Lamina played for a bigger club, we'd be more excited? Possibly.
But he doesn't.
Yeah.
Isn't that the point?
Listen,
if he signs, then you go, sound, let's see what happens. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's a terrible signing. If they want to sign players and they've got a plan for them, and they can play in a couple of positions, then that's up to them, isn't it? I'm not going to sit here. If they were crap, like properly crap, then I'd have a cob on, like when we signed bloody Dingo from Man City. The centre back, Manga. He was, crappity crap.
Carl Cowie, what do you think of Everton got Ziyech? Ziyech's a good player. It's whether he could do it in the Premier League, but he's got a lovely left foot on him. Sam Robinson, guess who's now buying Pez. Good lad. Simon Voyle says Pez is better. Too right it is.
But are you Pez players? That's what I want to know. Is it converted any of you? That's what essentially I'm trying to reach through the screen and ask you.
Rob Spendlow just said, just watch your vids on rail seating. What was the Dortmund game like? Boss. Germany was amazing. Did you speak to the architect about it the other week, Pedro? No. Okay.
But.
Yeah.
There might be another opportunity in the coming weeks. I'll say no more.
Interesting. Carl Rylands thinks Newcastle will have 4 managers this year. Dan Empton says,
At once.
have you noticed now how the brand is a fraud? Shouts have suddenly disappeared. Listen, people will always criticise. It's human nature now. People are never happy. People are always moaning. Not everyone, obviously, but there's a percentage of people who criticise everything and then they have it shoved back down the throat when things happen, but then they're ready to moan and bitch again. It's what happens. It's social media, sadly. That's the way it is. Thomas Stone, thumbs up, lads. Can you give my dad a shout out? Steve Stone, always been a blue. Love you, Dad. Steve Stone did the winger for Forest, was it him?
All right, Steve.
Or all right, Steve, anyway. Tom Walsh, do you watch Black Mirror? You do. Carl Giant, who is the last good Italian striker to play in the Prem? There was a few. Zola was amazing. Zola. Vialli was great. Ravanelli was good for the short time. Benito Carboni. I hated him because he'd always have a great game against us.
Di Canio.
Paolo Di Canio, class. Ethan C. Opinions on Marcel Brands. He's brilliant.
Cascarino would have been boss if his knee hadn't pinged.
Casaraghi.
Yeah, what did I say?
Cascarino,
not
Well, he was black Irish.
He could have been up. Sorry about that. I think I kicked one of the wires and it came out. We need to get it tidier, don't we?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to do 5 more minutes.
I mean, I'm going to do 3.
Yeah, all right, well, you can do 3.
I've literally got to be... It's not going to take. It's going to take me longer than 10 minutes to get home at 6:30. That I've got to be home at 6:30 for. There you go. Yeah, where are we? Right, we're back. Just about Cascarino being the frozen lump and all that. Tom Walsh says, is it illegal to get both FIFA and PES?
I mean, it's technically not illegal. I mean, no one's going to arrest you for it. People might think badly of you. But if you've got enough time to play both games, then you do that.
Where are we? Where have we gone here? Johnny Robinson says, guessing the transfer show will have finally heated up after the past couple of days. It did slightly, but it's gone from like lukewarm to a little bit warmer, but still not quite. One of them. Joe Cott said he felt like the Undertaker was going to be standing behind me then.
That's what we were going to do. Is like, Baz could have got off and it could have been like, could have got Billy in. Imagine that if we swapped you for Billy.
I've got him as well. Say, Billy, like, get over
the
here.
Young Baz.
The younger Baz. Billy'd love that. He's that dyeing his hair grey. Cascarino's frozen love child is going to Zenit. There you go. That was from Event.
Phenomenal BS Bobby Bro says, the boys is up next from me. Ped, it looks boss, just catching up on Doom Patrol. Nice one. Joe Hesker says, I'm generally a huge Lamina fan. I wanted him last summer, but nobody linked us with him. Made up to hear the links now. Okay. Terry McKenna says, you could do an hour show just on players we are linked to. Head spinning. Great that we are linked to top class players, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Derek Houghton says, wait until 10 tonight. Last couple of signings released late in the day also.
There won't be anything today,
Won't
mate.
be anything.
Telling you now.
Dave Emilton says, apparently linked with the Mexican winger at PSV. Brand's got him there and we were linked last year. Yes, Simon Rouse, Pez is better in my opinion. Keenan says Pez has far better gameplay. Good stuff. Any more you want to dish out?
Bas van Tilburg still hoping for Arias, the right back from Atletico. Might get him on loan, you never know. Seamus Nolan wants to know how old Moise Keane is. He was 19 in February. Thomas McHugh wants to know if we'll do a deadline day live transfer show.
I'm sure we'll do something where one of us might be getting pulled away from the office for a couple of hours.
Or we both might be. It depends what's going on.
Depends how busy it is.
If we know stuff's happening, it might change that. Everton fan wants to know our opinion on Moise Keane. I'm made up with him. Kieran Fox says hello from Dublin Toffee. Hello, Kieran. Nate Petrosky, any truth in this Correa rumour? Like the player, but don't see the fit. I don't think so. Moise Keane would be our striker, so I don't know why we'd be getting Correa as well, to be honest. Kyle Ryland says, don't worry, I even think they knew they were kidding themselves. That was to Newcastle fans saying they're better than Everton.
Right, we're going to have to end it there because Baz is go on, quick.
Tony Johnson, Ped, whatever you were fixing for 3 hours is still broken.
No, it's not.
I think
I just kicked one of the wires.
It's fine.
Basically all the wires around me because when I fixed it, I didn't want to touch anything because it was fixed and I just wanted to get on live on there. So there's all stuff around our feet. That was just the internet then going on.
It was. Seamus just go and become a patron.
Yeah.
Rather than looking to donate. But thank you very much anyway.
Go become a patron.
You get more stuff. You get these every single day.
Except for Fridays.
Yeah. Listen, that's it. Got stuff to do. And it's one of those, isn't it? Hopefully next week the technology will be.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine. What's me next week?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow for patrons.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're back for all of our patrons tomorrow. Of course, we are for a live show. If you're not a patron and you want to be on the live show, go and be a patron. Do it. Thanks for joining us. I hope I can't see the likes, so I hope they're well over 100. But thank you very much. And brilliant for joining us.
See you later.
Up Farhad and Alish's massive toffees. See you later.